Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of today, Sunday, June, July will be here soon enough, June 23rd through Saturday, June 29th. As I'm sure you can hear by now, I have almost no voice left, although I feel absolutely fine. So please don't worry about me. Because I know a lot of you do, and I appreciate it. I know a lot of you are constantly praying for me and supporting me, wishing me well. Thank you for all of that, by the way. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, subscribing as well. Today we are going to start with the dice with Eat Cake, No, and Massage. And I'm sure Eat Cake is here like it was here the day prior to remind me to wish everyone, all the Cancers celebrating a birthday this week, happy birthday. Everyone with a graduation, anniversary, wedding, new baby, anything that I'm not thinking of, congratulations, new jobs and stuff that I've been seeing in the cards, promotions, bonuses, recognition. Spirit still says no. Also get a massage. And 29, spiritual partnership. Maybe someone else will do your massage and you'll do theirs. So going to the cards. I didn't mean to pick up two, but I have here. And they are the 6 of Summer and the 8 of Spring. And I was going to talk about how I'm starting with a bunch of fire, but now that the 6 of Summer has joined it, there's going to be movement in some issues or areas of your life. Past love, maybe involving a soulmate relationship or somebody from your childhood, maybe a friend from childhood that you're, meeting up with again or looking at in a different light, or they you looking at you in a different way now, and movement in that relationship. This is the love reading, so that's the area I'm talking about. There's another 8 behind this, but it's upside down, thankfully, because I don't like this one. It's the 8 of Winter. I'm also using my Ascended Master deck again because of all the 3s I've been seeing. I mentioned in the general reading, my gas was even 33 the other day. I think that was Friday. So I heard them, I'm listening, and I'm using their cards. With that deck, or this deck, we're beginning with find the blessing in your current situation, says Krishna. And for this, it's like if you're single, not to look at it as something that's downing or depressing. It's not about, being lonely. You're just solo. You're just alone. And that's fine. We need to be able to, spend time with ourselves and enjoy our own company before a relationship, so you can find, the blessing in that situation. That again, you're alone, you're not lonely. Those of us, on some sort of break, or who will be going on a break this week because that break energy showed up in the general, or maybe even break up. There's tends to be a blessing in that too. Even if you feel a connection to somebody, or you're in love, when a relationship is toxic, so you can find the blessing there. People getting divorced, you can look back on, what was positive, find the blessing that way. People in relationships that they no longer want to be in, but they're sticking out anyway for whatever reason, that's probably on what you can focus. That is the blessing. Also beginning with a young female, and I see that there's a fun times card up right behind it. It's very 3 of Cups for me. So like celebratory, having a good time. Maybe because of something that Jupiter brings us. With young female showing up, this card is very Sagittarian and Jupiter energy for me. More fire. And lastly, speaking of fire, with my Fortune Teller deck, I am beginning with fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. So this is similar to find the blessing in your current situation. right? Release any negativity, negative cords of attachment, negative emotions, and move forward to what's ahead. Looking forward to it. So we're going to start with this with the spread from the perspective of the masculine, using the Animal Tarot. Again, beginning with the Eight of Spring. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. This too is very, look at the blessing in your current situation. And opening to the Princess of Summer, which is basically the Page of Cups. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. So that Fun Times card that I said was very Three of Cups for me, that can be representative of a social event. Also, didn't romantic dinner show up in the dice? I think so. As well as spiritual partnership, 29. And as far as receiving something or some sort of news, this is showing up opposite the Eight of Spring. There can definitely be some sort of news headed your way. Eight of Spring. And the Prince of Summer. Now, we just saw the Princess. He's the Prince of Summer. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters. So, stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. The Prince, like the Princess, is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. This could be young love or, somebody in like their 30s. Maybe the page represents somebody younger than them in like their 20s. Or it could be very youthful people that are involved, whether they are water signs or not. Wow. Opening to the Four of Spring, which was in our general too. It's time to kick back, relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. As a matter of fact, the King of Summer clarified the Four of Wands in the masculine spread in the general. If you haven't seen it, you may want to check it out because there was love there too. I'll do one more. Oh man, we're on a roll. But here comes the feelings of lack and despair, void. The Five of Autumn. Focusing upon the negative and worrying about money or your career or shitty relationships can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to try to be starting something new. I'll do one more. I should have quit while I was ahead. It's the Seven of Winter. Caution may help you to avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. Actually, I think this is showing up for positive reasons. I think it's showing up to saying avoid that Five of Pentacles sort of energy and don't let yourself slip into void and lack and thinking about your past situations and letting them affect your new ones. Right? Caution in that area will allow you to avoid the loss of valuables like a really good relationship that you could have. Ooh. It's one of the Ascendant Master cards. It's the Detach from Drama. So I think this showed up for a reason just now too. Again, leave any bullshit. And the drama is represented by fives also. So like that was the Five of Pentacles, but like the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, those are about drama. The Five of Cups is about like despair and disappointment and pessimism. So it's like release all of that bullshit, or everything that comes with a five, that this card is representative of that energy. And I always say when the goddess of war tells you to leave drama alone, you know that it's time to be done with that. And onto something much more positive, the 6 of spring. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all of the attention. So beautiful. The overall energy is the 10 of autumn. This is about feeling secure, surrounded by love, happiness, family. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. This is like maybe following in tradition, maybe with, in terms of whether to marry or not to marry, and, how you raise your family, all those things. But also just not worrying right now. Doesn't mean your life is perfect, doesn't mean you're rich, but just not worrying right now about money and stuff, because your life it's good, whether that stuff exists or not. Divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. To himself. The union as a whole. Overall. The masculine would have the feminine do, surrender, commit, contribute toward the union. What he himself is willing to this week in terms of love. What the universe wants both to do and even wants to help them with, but we have to first affirm to that and the outcome. Divine feminine. Wow. The 2 of spring. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. So in your love and relationships, this is about you again, surrounding yourself with people that you love and who love you, and or getting a partner, maybe going from single to committed, maybe deepening a commitment that you already have. The 2 of Wands is also about having faith that things are as they should be and will come to pass as they should as well. I talked about manifestation, the 4 steps to manifestation yesterday in the general reading when I had more of a voice. But basically 1 is the thought or the words that we speak over ourselves, the idea. 2 is where we hold the intention. 2 is the faith, the trust that it will come to pass or that it has already come to pass. 3 is where we can begin to see it to take form in a more tangible sense. And when it comes to a 4, we're on a solid foundation. The 2 of spring or wands is also, of course, the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, and maybe specifically to this card, usually is the Queen of Autumn. I think he showed up, or the Queen of Autumn was important yesterday too in the general. I don't remember how. But the Queen of Autumn is thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. Also an earth sign, quite possibly a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So this is another card that sounds like, find the blessing in your situation. It's this week already so far, they really, really are telling us that they don't want us focusing at all on the negative. It's to be released. It's to be rejected. It's to be rebuked. The masculine as it relates to himself, the Queen of Spring. Talented, brilliant, independent, and charming, and more that fire that we started with. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. I just finished talking about manifesting and telling you exactly how to do it, masculine. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. You can juggle them all. You can handle everything. You can handle your business. The Queen of Spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The masculine's sentiments on the union as a whole. It's Three of Cups. Just like that card that was under, what was it under? In the hashtag creepy deck with the beginning of the reading when I picked up the first card. Underneath it was a card called Fun Times with 3 fingers in the air that I said was like the Three of Cups for me, or coming through like the Three of Cups. And then here we go. Here's the actual Three of Cups being chosen to represent the reading. Oh, it was the young female. That's who was at the top. I picked up that card. Underneath her was the Three of Cups kind of card. And here it is. And the Three of Cups for me is about reunions, whether there's with friends or romantic partners. So this could be something like getting together with friends you haven't seen in a while, haven't hung out with them in a while, maybe been a hermit, right? Summer just started. Maybe over the winter you were a hermit. And while you're out, you meet someone. You know, you meet somebody new or something like that. Or you reconcile with a loved one, or you reconcile with a friend that, you know, has the potential to turn into something else this time unexpectedly. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Some of us may be celebrating those actual things too. Remember to cherish those you love. Overall, the 9 of Autumn, so it is that I'm fine even if I am alone sort of energy, the 9 of Autumn. I enjoy me. I like me. I love me. So I'm good if I'm alone, but I'm good to make a transition too. You know, I'm well-rounded and healthy. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much-deserved time off to enjoy your own company. I like seeing the 9 and 10 of Pentacles together in this spread too. And I think we had it in the general as well. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or a self-employment opportunity that will be very successful, or an opportunity for a new relationship that will be very successful and have, you know, room for longevity and the energy behind it and the connection behind it for longevity. What the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender toward the union this week. It's like, hurry up and get here. Hurry up and maybe communicate with me, fix this. Whatever we're gonna do, we gotta hop to it. Decisive, and yeah, maybe to be decisive too, to be clear cut. What do you want? Yes, no, what is it? Decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Be willing to just pick up out of nowhere and dart off somewhere romantic. That came up in the general also. Pick up and go, I said. Watch the general. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. The Prince of Winter is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The masculine may be wanting you to choose an air sign. I'm feeling like he may be an air sign specifically, or I'm feeling an air sign, masculine. It's like a choose me kind of thing. Recognize me, give me a chance type of thing. What the masculine himself is willing to hear. And it is move on. You feel that there's more to life than what you're living. So it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control. So you could be going from couple to single, or from single to coupled, or you could be actually moving or moving in together. There's a few possibilities, especially with the cards we've seen, the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands. What the universe wants the two of us to do both archetypes, and even wants to help us with, but we'd have to affirm to it first. And it is holding our ground, sticking to our decision, and not letting anybody push us around and change our mind if that's not something we want to do. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. And the outcome, 3 of Winter. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. I think for some of us, this is representing the actual healing. The outcome is the healing of a situation because we're willing to move on from it, because we're willing to stand our ground finally, because we're willing to maybe give somebody a second chance or a chance for the first time after we reunite with somebody we already have a connection to, that we're in this place of security and, comfort, that we're also fine by ourselves. So I think for some, this is not representing that the outcome is you'll be hurt. The outcome is that the hurt is healed this week. And that hurt may have involved some sort of party of 3. Maybe specifically air and water. Or fire and water. Fire and air. I have earth here too, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling 3 ways between fire and air may have caused this hurt. Take a look from the perspective more so from the universe. Again, begin with young female. Here's that that air sign I was feeling. Ice King. He is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Or he's the fire sign I was feeling. He's a Leo. Or he's a Scorpio, ruled by Mars. Or he's an Aries. Right? He can be any sign. But I just think it's funny that this popped up right after I was talking about that. This guy's very emperor-like to me. He is about standing your ground. He is about, taking control back of your life. If you had relinquished it to somebody else, this is definitely about getting it back. Or this can be representative for some of us of somebody who is overbearing that we have in our lives that we're going to have to check. It could be representative of Mercury entering Leo this week, too. Especially with this very Mercurian or Martian-like gentleman here and this big white lion. It looks very Mercury and Leo to me. And Mercury and Leo can be about an overbearing personality. So you're going to want to watch, well, in this case, not the general, but the reading, the video that I put up prior to the general called What Divine Beings Need to Know This Week. And I marked it with this week's dates, June 23rd through the 29th. So you check that out. I talked about Mercury and Leo and what it means for us in that video. Ice King and brunette female, which represents like a karmic, with air quotes, feminine energy for me in this deck that is often a Leo or Cancer Leo Cuspian. If it's an actual female or person, it doesn't have to be an actual female. It can just be an energy. It doesn't have to be a person at all, really. And I put in air quotes for those of you who are unfamiliar, because karmic has come to be known as some sort of derogatory term in this community, but that's not what it's meant to be definitively. Karmic just means like destined and of the universe and containing a lesson. So basically like something clandestine. That's what karmic means. But we've taken it and turned it into something like, ooh, she's the karmic, he's the karmic. Like it's something funky and nasty. Right? So that's why the air quotes. Ice King. And dark male, which does represent for me the divine masculine in this deck. Dark male and fun times, the Three of Cups kind of card. It's back. So again, reuniting with people, maybe reuniting with the divine masculine if you've been in separation. Him coming back. Are you welcoming him back? Dark male. On that note, I'll go ahead and cut. Wow, we got ourselves another Two of Wands. This card is very Two of Wands to me with these two people and all this red representative of the fire element. And it's called passion, which is, about what the Two of Wands is. So more like divine union and twin flame energy. I put twin flame in quotes because there are actual beings, specific beings, about which the twin flame, or on which the concept of twin flames is based. And that would be the illumined ones and or the elect ones, right? Illumined beings are also elect beings, but not all elect beings are illumined. Only 144,000 illumined ones and about 550,000 other elect ones. And that's what's spoken about in prophecies and scriptures the world over, even in indigenous cultures, not twin flames. So twin flames is a man-made concept that doesn't, it aligns with the scriptures and the prophecies because that, again, that's on what they're based. But, I don't like the fake labels. So that's why it's in quotes. But you feel free to use it. It's your business. I don't. Overall energy is young male. So in the beginning, you might remember, I started out with the Page of Cups and then went on to the Prince or the Knight. And so there could be like an older, younger dynamic there, or, particularly youthful people. And that energy is back. Divine being or couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks to individual or shared progress or union even, what the feminine can do to help herself, what the masculine can, what the universe, again, would have both of us do and would like us to do, wants to even help us with, but we have to first affirm, and the outcome. Divine being or couple. Fair male. This is representative of the karmic male energy for me in this deck, and is often a Capricorn, as in like the devil in the tarot. That same sort of restrictive, I'm stuck kind of energy. Recent past, karmic female, or feminine energy. So, both the masculine and the feminine may have recently been, involved in and or resolving, handling some sort of karmic situations or relationships in their lives. But near future, let's see what happens there. Gifts. So, some sort of blessing coming. Could be actual gifts. Could be spiritual gifts. Some sort of blessing. Masculine's higher self. Oh, very nice. True gem. And with these two together, this could be engagement rings. This could be, actual, gifts and jewelry and things like that. But also this card is representative of not only high priestess energy for me, but also somebody, truly genuine, and being their true and authentic selves. Nothing like withheld, nothing hidden. Maybe an air sign, maybe specifically a Gemini, or somebody ruled by Mercury. Virgo, Gemini. Again, also could be representative of Mercury himself, and or perhaps the fact that he enters Leo this week. Because that will also involve people like speaking up and speaking out, and maybe, becoming their true and authentic selves and speaking up for themselves and standing their ground, like true gem. But of course, with all the air sign energy that we've seen over the past couple spreads, that masculine air energy, this could be it again too, because this is representative. This placement for me is the masculine's higher self, and it's coming up true gem. Whereas the last spread, or a few moments ago when I was shuffling even, we had the Ice King, and then in the last spread we had the Prince of Winter. Blocks the individual or shared progress, even union, long distance, which could specifically be separation, in terms of, that break that we have between us. But it can be also literal separation, like this physical separation, and that doesn't mean that we want to be. The number 3 is coming up again here. It may involve a party of 3, or the separation may have been over, it's been 3 weeks, it's been 3 months, it's been 3 years. But I feel this separation coming to an end, whatever it is for us. Because again, it's a 3, that could mean that, a little bit more patience is required, but it is coming to an end. And I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. Like I said all this in the general too. So this is probably another type of energy that came up there. What the feminine can do to help herself. Spiritual growth. Like just work on you in the meantime. The same thing like the nine of Pentacles. You love you, enjoy you, have a good time in your own company. And that will bring you gifts too, spiritual gifts that will help you to, ascend, or for your gifts to grow, whatever they are, to strengthen. What the masculine can do to help himself. And it is a young female, which could very literally be a younger female. We've already seen that again. The princess younger than the prince of cups. Or this could just be, again, some representative of youthful, lighthearted energy, like a Sagittarian or the mutable sign. And that's how he's going to make his way back. Don't come too heavy. But if you come genuine and lighthearted to close this gap, you'll be welcomed. I just heard also generation gap. So that could speak to the couples, again, that one is older than the other. And even that, that can't close, obviously, but you can move beyond it. You can forget it, like the dice said. You can, get over it and just go on, keep on with your life. You can make a decision, 7 of Wands, that it doesn't matter to you, and stick by it, and don't let other people be in your ear about, your boyfriend's too old, your boyfriend's too young, your girlfriend's too old, your girlfriend's too young, whatever. Mind your business. What the universe would have us all do, on us both archetypes do, and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm to it, is work, the effort. And like where you put that effort, where you put your positive energy, that's from where you get your outcome. This card basically represents for me a, we reap what we sow kind of energy. And I also attributed it to earth signs. And mostly I'm like first and foremost Capricorn, because it has that just sort of, I don't know, like a really strict manner and feel to it for me. So this would be like the more negative traits of Capricorn, and this would be like the more positive. And the outcome. Open relationship, which is living and loving, in your truest, most real, way, how you want to. Living and loving like out loud and out of the closet and out in the open. Open relationship. Not an open relationship necessarily. I mean, it might be, but not an open relationship necessarily the way we think of it in the 3D sense, as in welcoming, a third or more parties to join us. But if you're into that, that's fine too. It'll be that, but out in the open. Like not sneaking around, not like you're going around telling everybody you're straight and keeping somebody married to you miserable. Meanwhile, you're gay, because I have clients like that where, the mate is gay, the spouse is gay, and that's the one that doesn't want the divorce. Of course not, because you got your cover. This other person provides your cover, but it's so selfish. So this would be like the opposite of that, where you can truly be who you are out in the open. Which would go to the older, younger dynamic also. Like you may have been worried about what other people would say for you to be a young girl out with an older man, or vice versa, a young man out with an older woman, and now you don't care, basically, what other people would say. Now from the Animal Tarot, because I put the Seven of Spring on top, we're now beginning with this. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Wow, awesome. Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. This, of course, also showed up in the general. As did this, the Two of Autumn. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities, or maybe even multiple relationships. You could be trying to juggle relationships or something. Right, parties of 3. It's important to balance your work and your personal life, and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. Seven of Spring. And the Six of Summer. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, like that 3 of Winter of Swords, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. Seven of Winter is back. Caution will help you to avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. Overall energy is the 9 of Summer. Now's the time When your dreams come true, don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. This is a big yes from the Minor Arcana. Crowning the masculine, it's the 10 of winter. The end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future waits. Right, that could be, I don't know if I mentioned as related to the hurt. I know I talked about the breaks and potential breakups this time, but did I mention that in connection to the Three of Swords? That could be what it is, like you're leaving something behind that you know you need to, but you know it still has, you still have mixed feelings about it because there were some good times, you know. Masculine surrounded by the Magician, Major Arcana card 1, all about that manifestation I was talking about. There is magic in the air, and you can manifest everything you need to be successful. The Magician represents the planet Mercury and the sign of Gemini, which it rules. Masculine subconscious. Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. It's time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So, of course, this could have something to do with some sort of party of 3, 2. Not necessarily negative. You know, all things, including love triangle, though. This could be representative of one's mother or the mother of one's children that you may or may not be involved with. And either one is fine. This can be you, masculine, representative of your own energy, very fertile, ready to start something new, and abundant. Oh, goodness. Feminine for us, it's the 7 of winter again. Caution will help you to avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Don't let anybody waste your time or anything. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. And don't screw yourself out of an opportunity. Don't rob yourself. Feminine surrounded by the Ace of Autumn. I think we were surrounded by the Ace of Autumn in the general too. You can expect a windfall of abundance such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment, or a new relationship with room for all kinds of longevity and deservingness and appreciation, worthy, and this just, appreciation. And the feminine's mind, the King of Spring, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your time, your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. That focus, remaining focused, that intention that you hold on to is a super important part of manifestation. The King of Spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Crowning, it is Major Arcana card 14, Balance or Temperance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a higher solution. I think this was crowning in the general. Oh, goodness. But it's about, coming together to work things out. Again, older, younger, fine, we can fit together. Black, white, fine, we can fit together. Jew, Gentile, fine, we can fit together. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's about you being willing to look beyond another's differences and they yours. Foundation. Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment too, if you have the opportunity. This is about clarity. You coming into clarity, enlightenment, or helping somebody else too. It can be as simple as finally telling them the truth, or somebody finally telling you the truth, and then you are enlightened. And we have a real fair place from which to start. It's about like open relationship. I'm going to be open and honest with you. At the heart of the matter. Beautiful. The Ace of Spring. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and to passionately pursue every possibility. I'm going to clarify these with my fortune teller deck. Again, beginning with fire, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Wow. Opening to marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. When you let go of the opposite of that. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await those ready to let go of the past. And see, there's a key in this picture too. This card is called Key. And the key to the new beginnings is to let go of the past. So, like when I was saying, like, don't rob yourself of an opportunity for something brand new by holding on to the old. Fire. And Snake. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, but be careful. Lastly, Judgment. Soul searching. Soul searching will bring you inner peace in many areas of your life. And that's going to be kind of like Hermit or the Nine of Pentacles. That's soul searching. It'll help you with enlightenment, revelations, epiphanies. What you can tolerate and accept, what you can't, what you're willing to compromise on and merge with somebody else about, what you're not willing to accept or to do. And we've come to Sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Overall energy is still fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Atop the Ten of Swords is flowers. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So where there was betrayal, there's room for making up, maybe through a gift of flowers. You don't have to give anything physically though. Just the energy of generosity, of openness, of being genuine will help you to move from this 10 to the ace in a fresh start with something or someone. Atop the magician, what you were trying to manifest, angels are helping you. Your angels are guiding you and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So you're not alone in this. They have your back in whatever it is you're trying to manifest into your life. Your love life, right? Atop the Empress is the Owl. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition that will help you to become more creative and maybe to co-create with somebody else and to become more abundant. Atop the Seven of Winter is proposal, and there's an engagement ring in here too, in this picture. There it is. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated. So it doesn't necessarily mean a wedding proposal, a marriage proposal, but you know, a commitment can be proposed, a dating situation can be proposed, a deeper commitment for those who already have one can be proposed. And it's up to the feminine to not rob herself of the chance for that to happen. Atop the Ace of Pentacles is the key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. This awaits. Atop the King of Spring is the Sun. And isn't it funny? The Sun, Earth's star, the Sun actually does rule the sign of Leo. Of course, the King of Spring on Wands is a representation of the Divine Masculine in the Tarot. And I feel that that's who he is here for the most part in this scenario. And this is positivity in that area. This is also something being illuminated, right? A light being shown on something. That could be your enlightenment into which you're going to come, or into which you help him come, or that you both mutually, meet some sort of understanding, and you merge together like the energy of temperance, and collaborate and cooperate on the meeting of the minds, meeting somewhere in the middle. Atop that temperance card is Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. So this can be, agreeing to mutually let some stuff go, let some stuff in, forget it, as the dice said. Also, temperance, where there is hurt and betrayal, maybe residual from this 10 of Swords or from the 3 of Swords from the earlier spread. Temperance is a card of healing too. Restoration, recovery. It makes us whole again. Atop the Hermit is wish. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. So that's why you need to go within and figure out exactly what that is, right? You got to do the soul searching. What is my heart's desire? When you know what it is and you ask the universe for it, be prepared to actually manifest it. Especially you masculines right here crossing the Magician card. Be prepared to actually manifest it and have it come true like our overall energy suggests. 9 of Summer or 9 of Cups is a wish card. All about your wishes and dreams coming true, your prayers being answered. When I picked this up, underneath it is the 7 of Summer. So you could have a lot of dreams and goals, and maybe you need to narrow some things down. 7 of Summer is also connected to me, although it's not a court card, to the planet Neptune very strongly, and the sign of Pisces, which it rules. And Neptune did enter retrograde 2 days ago. So that could maybe what's causing you to maybe think back on some things and some people. And so now you got to figure out, you got to make a choice. And at the heart of the matter, atop the Ace of Spring is death. A time of natural transition. Death is right underneath the coffin. Isn't that cool? Natural transition and transformation. Of course, death represents the sign of Scorpio, which is connected to fire or wands. being co-ruled along with Aries by Mars, and is always a new beginning, as the ace would suggest, because where there is death, there is always a new beginning. And notice that death sits right next to Ki, which was representative of those new beginnings that await those who are willing to let the past actually come to an end, a natural end. On that note, the masculine just got 2 animal tarot cards as advice. But first, from the hashtag creepy deck, friendship. So again, there could be a friendship that is growing into something larger, or a friendship that maybe is no more. I think the first is more likely. But again, there are some breaks or breakups too. Feminine travel. This is about movement. It could be figurative movement, and it is positive and forward, if it is, or it could be, metaphoric movement, representative of a shift. Metaphoric movement is figurative movement. Or it could be literal movement or travel. Maybe you visiting someone, them coming to visit you, or moving to be closer to one another. Someone returning also from wherever, maybe from separation. You don't even know where they were, but they're coming back. From the Ascendant Master cards to the masculine. Listen. This is part of communication, and it may be connected to that Mercury in Leo, and somebody speaking up for themselves and standing their ground finally. Maybe letting you know how they feel in a genuine way, true gem. Or you doing that towards somebody else, or both. Feminine for us, speaking of Mercury, here is right with thought. And again, also speaking of communication. That's what this is about. It doesn't have to actually be written, but it could be. You could write somebody a note, a card, a letter. Write a song that shares your feelings. From the fortune teller cards, marriage is back for the masculine. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. It's very 2 of Cups. And feminine for us, thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in new and positive future. From the Animal Tarot, again, the masculine got 2 cards. It's the 5 of Summer and the Princess of Autumn. So the 5 of Summer is about disappointment, pessimism. I talked about it a little bit earlier without it having shown up. Doubt. Not believing that something is going to come your way. It can also, the Princess of Autumn can also be about lessons. And this can be like not learning your lesson, or being hard-headed, needing to learn the hard way. The Princess of Autumn, if it's a person, is a Virgo, Cancer. Not a Cancer. Well, maybe a Cancer because it slipped out. But a Virgo, Capricorn, which is the opposite axis of Cancer, or a Taurus, or someone like into those traits or attributes. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion, a scholarship, is coming your way. You could be looking forward to something like this, maybe very literally, and be worried that you're not going to get it. But it is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting, or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. We can learn something exciting from new relationships too. It doesn't have to be actual school, or from life in general. And feminine, to end this reading, the last card, and our last card is Major Arcana card 17, the Star, which is pretty awesome. We already had the 9 of Cups as an overall energy, and now we have that like magnified by the star, also about wishes being granted, prayers being answered, dreams coming true. But from the major arcana, the star represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius, which it rules. So it could be that air sign energy again. And it's also about communication. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism and fear with hope. Joy is coming home to roost. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the love reading. I see a lot of returns of mates that have, people who have been in separation from you this week. A lot of love. There could be some actual proposals of commitment. So switching things up, new beginnings, new starts. But yeah, just requiring us to let go of what is filling up that space. You gotta vacate the space. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading. I'll be back next week. Namaste.